First of all, it's a great pleasure to have you with us, Hannah. So you can come over here. Hannah, she is a blogger. She's a very famous personality in the United States. She's a podcast host, activist, public speaker, poet, and author of more than 11 books. I'm sure you have more in the pipelines, as we all have books connected in our brain, and then at a point in time you have them all out. She serves also as the Chief Creative Officer at Ideas xLab and co-lead artist of the Unknown Project. I'm very happy to have you with us, coming from the US, and please share with us your experience as an inspiration for the Mediterranean.
Thank you all for having me. As I thought about what I wanted to say today, I thought about early COVID, so February and March of 2020, when everything was shut down and it was super quiet and all of us were living on our phones because we didn't know what was happening around the world. And I live on Twitter, and I saw a video of this woman. I didn't see the woman because it was in the darkness. Someone was recording her from their apartment balcony, and she was in Barcelona. And she is a soprano. Her name is Begonia Alberti. And she was singing this beautiful song. I did not know the words, but in that moment, in that darkness, I knew, okay, we're gonna be okay. That she took the time to use art to unite a community. And the person, when I watch it, even I pulled it up to watch it again today, it gave me chills because it wasn't what they were telling me on the news. And it wasn't Dr. Fauci. Love Dr. Fauci, but it wasn't Dr. Fauci. And it was an artist that reminded me that we're gonna get through this and we are gonna have some dark days. But for her to use her art in that moment to impact a community and to impact me all the way in America meant the world to me. So when I heard I was coming to Barcelona, I was so extremely excited. And I didn't, so I was looking at everything online, and I didn't know that where we were staying would be across from this church, the Sagrada Familia. And I took a video of it and put it online. And all my friends in America said, well, tell us, Hannah, what does it look like? I can't tell you because I've never seen anything like this in my life. It is one of the most beautiful things that I've ever seen. And I don't have the words to describe this because there's nothing like this in America. And when I looked today, the video had thousands of views and over 100 comments, and everybody in America was trying to get me to tell them, show us, tell us what this looks like. And I said, you just have to see it. And somebody here today, said it's paradise. I imagine that this is what paradise looks like on the inside. And that is the beauty of art, that an artist created that. And I thought, I was speaking with my colleague Josh, and I said, if they were to take that church and lift it up and drop it into the ocean, imagine all of the lives that would be impacted. And I looked at how many people came to visit that church yearly, and they said 3 to 5 million people come every year to see that church. Think about all of the millions of dollars that that church is bringing into that community. And if it were gone, the vendors would not make money, the restaurants, the hotels, everybody would be affected because artists and culture and creativity drive the economy. It is artists that make us think, that challenge us, that make us want to do better in hard times. Artists are always at the forefront of a movement. They are always going to tell you about change. They tell you how to think. Artists move us to action, and creativity and culture drive everything. It is the poets, the philosophers, singers, dancers, and designers that challenge the world during times of uncertainty. And indeed, across the world, we are in a time of uncertainty. And often the answers and the solutions reside with the people that are purposely marginalized and purposely overlooked. I know that you have a focus on women, and I want to remind us as women that together we have the power to change communities, we have the power to change policies, and we have the power to change lives. It's not that girls and women aren't creative or brilliant. It's just that girls and women don't have the same access to opportunity. And your job, what you all are doing today, is to open the door, to remove the barriers, to allow girls and women to make the changes that we want to see in the world. When I was talking to Enrique last night, he was reminding me of the urgency of what we have to do. And Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., when he was fighting for civil rights, said, this is the fierce urgency of now. Today is the day. If you are waiting for something to hear in this conference, this is the moment. It is right now. What you all are doing will impact the world right now. Dr. King said we are faced with the fact that tomorrow is today. We are confronted with the fierce urgency of now. It is this unfolding conundrum of life and history that there is such a thing as being too late. Procrastination is still the thief of time. Life often leaves us standing bare, naked, and dejected with a lost opportunity. The tide in the affairs of man ebbs, and it does not remain at the flood. We may cry out desperately for time to pause in her passage, but time is deaf to every plea and it rushes on. Over the bleached bones and jumbled residue of numerous civilizations are written the pathetic words, too late. And when I was speaking with Enrique, I thought about that. I do not want us to be too late. Now is the time for you all to do the work. When I started working with Theo and Josh in 2016. I did not know what we were going to do, but I knew that we were going to use art and creativity to impact policy and to impact public health. And we have done that for the past several years. Josh and I started working on the Unknown Project to tell the stories of Black people that were enslaved in America, to resurrect those stories, to hold a mirror up to America so that America can acknowledge what it has done and to tell a more fuller history, because we continue to repeat the same mistakes because we have not learned from our history. And it is our job as artists to hold up that mirror and to challenge people. I wanted to leave you all with a piece of a poem that I wrote called Dawn. And what you all are doing here is creating a new dawn. And I wrote, every day is a day for us to start over, to begin again, and to birth something new. Hope begins in the dark. It is the stubborn hope that if you just show up and try to do the right thing, then the dawn will come. So you wait and you watch and you work and you don't give up. What could we be if we weren't afraid? And what could we be if we dared? What could we accomplish? And how high could we soar? Didn't you ever dream of flying? If you take my hand, together we can. Nothing would be impossible if we stood together. A new day awaits us, and all we have to do is rise and greet the dawn. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Hannah. It's really very nice, very beautiful words. And I think this gives some hope, and also that everybody could contribute and also try to work together in a complete different approach, which is the approach of today, that we need to change. And all these people that we have, although few people, maybe we can have much more to be actors of the change, inspired by people like you and others who can really ensure that we move to a better world. And we heard also from Seda that the system is not really conducive to have creativity, art, culture, and then really make things better for a better well-being approach and flourishing. From our side, we're trying really to mainstream this thinking and have what I call interactions between disciplines that became unhuman, unemotional, but then we need to really consolidate or try to integrate those disciplines together to ensure that we can find together the solution, and then not to be blocked by whatever perceptions, what I call mind programming, which we have been all part of it from our birth date, from different cultures, in different ways of looking at the future and the present. And I think what you are saying and what other people have been doing in the history, you have to change things, going beyond the difficulties and the obstacles that the societies and also the systems are putting in place, and then rise. And this is what you have said, rise, whatever the obstacles and whatever the risks are. Of course, alone, it's very difficult, but together, this can be a great opportunity to move things away, particularly when the challenges are great. And I see the Mediterranean and Africa, the challenges are really great. Sometimes it's difficult to do certain things because the idiosyncratic risks that are in the systems. But I believe that we need much more freedom, much more recognition of the power of diversity, and the power that will give us really the possibilities to move forward and to ensure that there is a change. So hope, change, this is our main, in fact, weapons, I would call it, to move forward rather than really fighting with each other. And then we see what is happening, for example, in Ukraine with sadness. So I think with this, thank you very much again for making the trip from the United States with Josh and with Theo. We will work together. I mean, I know that I repeat this, we need to work together on this transformative approach. And I think there is a chance, but maybe it's too late, as many people have said, but then at least we try, and we feel that we are trying. Everybody has to try and see whether we can do something, even the impact in a small set of people, but we have to try with conviction, with determination, with perseverance. And these are, for me, the most important to move forward and to rise. Thank you very much again, Hannah.